Hey, welcome back to the channel. DIY Dad here. And today I'm actually really excited to start a video series that we're going to spend a little bit of time with this summer. As many of you may know, if you've been watching my content, I went to CES, which is the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas back in January. And one of the products I've been seeing a lot of, and more over the years, are these autonomous robotic lawnmowers. And I've always been curious about them, right? But the infrastructure required for them was always cost prohibitive. You had to have like wires around your yard or a big thing put on your roof that you used as a base station. Well, now the technology with AI has gotten such that you don't have to do that. And I have something to show you all. So come back in just a second. We'll get started. So while I was at CES, I spoke with a company called Nextlawn, or MOVA, and they have a version of these autonomous lawnmowers that is fully AI driven and trainable, that doesn't require any of that infrastructure. And in talking with them and in kind of looking around online, one of the things I realized with all of these products, there's nobody that has a long-term, like experiential review of these. It's all marketing videos or like influencers that pull them out of the box and, oh, look, they mowed across my yard once. But there's never any like, what does it take or what does it mean to really own one of these and use it in a real world scenario? So I was talking with Nextlawn about that, and they were intrigued, and they've sent me one. So for the summer, we are going to be experimenting with this. I'm going to take you through the entire process of setting this thing up, of using it day to day. If you have comments or things you want me to test, put them in the comments and I will try those out. So we're going to see how this works in an actual lawn with actual children and actual objects it has to avoid, how the training works, does it stand up, is it worth it? I mean, see if we can actually answer that question. What does it mean to use one of these throughout the year? So that's what we're going to do over the next several videos. Before we can do that, we got to unbox it. And since it just arrived, we're going to go do that. And here she is. So this is the MOVA Lidex Ultra 1000. This just hit the market in the US about a week ago. It's a brand new product, the newest that they have, and it's fully AI driven and should be kind of interesting for our use. So just looking at this particular one is sized for up to about 1/4 of an acre yard. I have 1/3 of an acre yard, but a portion of that, of course, is the house. So the actual mowable size is about that distance. Looking at a few of the other things, this is again fully AI powered. It doesn't require wires. It's able to take a slope up to a 45-degree angle, and it has object detection and avoidance, which is important because I have 2 kids that tend to leave stuff out in the yard. So we're going to get this thing open and take a look at it. All right, inside the box then, this opened up. First thing you're going to see is this massive, really detailed quick start guide. So this gives you everything from what's in the box, all the inventory that you should see, to how to set up and install the charging station, how to connect the robot, so they keep referring to it, which is super cool, to the internet, and then how to get the app installed. There's also some links here for tutorial videos and how to reach out to customer service. All of that we're going to do. I'll take you through every single step of this as we do it. For the moment, I'm going to toss that aside because that's what I really want to see. So in the box itself then, you've got pieces of the charging station. We've got some cleaning stuff here, brushes. These are the blades. We'll talk a little bit about that. These robotic lawnmowers don't use traditional blades the way like your push mowers might or your riding lawnmowers might. They instead use spinning discs with basically razor blades on them that can move around a little bit, which makes it easier to maintain and clean. You essentially just replace these blades instead of having to buy the big rotating assemblies. Kind of interesting. So then we've got the large user manual, which I will read through, but not today. Toss that aside too. We've got our power supply. We have a piece of the charging station. And then over here, we've got this little bag, which has our lawn stakes. This is to hold the charging station down to the grass, give you a really rigid spot for the robot to go and park itself when it needs to charge, because this thing does that. So it's capable of mowing your lawn and then going home when it needs to charge, charging up by itself, and then redispatching when it needs to. So So let's get some of the packing material out of the way here. A piece I'm going to need 2 hands for, so 1 second. Okay, the outer packing material, which we took apart here, has the top piece of the charging station, your power supply, power cord, and then the razor blades for the cutting deck, this brush attachment, and your screwdriver. So it gives you everything you need to assemble it. And it also allows us then to uncover the real reason that we want to take a look at this. So this is the actual mower itself, or the robot as it were. You can see it's got a few different options here. There's LiDAR on the front, it has cameras built into it. There's this giant stop button, kind of to panic stop if you ever need to. And if I open this up, you have your control panel, and all of your main controls are done off of this jog dial, which we'll take a look at here in a minute. I'm going to lift this out of the box so that we can take a look at it front and back and get a feel for what we're talking about. Underneath it is the base for the charging station that it's actually sitting on while it's shipped. So here's the Lidex 1000 out of the box. I'll do kind of a walk around here so you can see this. Really cool looking. I'm not going to lie. I really like how they built this. It has like this brake light across the back, which is super neat. Really big all-terrain tires on the front, on the back rather. You see there's a few things we need to remove. And then these elements that stick out of the front, which kind of look to be aesthetic, are actually the charging plates. They're going to hook into the charger, and that's how it charges the battery, which is kind of neat because they made them look like front bumpers, which is, again, just kind of a cool thought. So we're going to pull these plates out. These are immobilizing the front of the mower deck. This entire system is meant to move. I'll show you that in a second here. Get this guy out as well. Alright, so those are moved. So now this is able to move freely within the robot itself. We're going to flip this over so you can see what it looks like underneath. So here's the bottom of the Lidex Ultra 1000. You can see it's not like your typical mower. So these are just caster wheels that allow it to turn by rotating the back wheels. So if you spin this wheel forward and that wheel backwards, it allows the whole thing to spin in the yard. And then the middle here is the cutting deck. But as I mentioned before, unlike a traditional mower where you have a large blade that spins, this has a small disc that has what are essentially razor blades on it. And as it spins, it'll push those out like that. And then this entire deck also moves. So show you this. This whole thing moves up and down, and then if you look underneath it, there's armature to allow it to move side to side as well. So as the mower moves along, it can measure your grass and measure some of the obstructions that it might see, and it can actually move this up and down to avoid scalping into your yard like you do with a traditional blade, which is really cool. It also lets this move side to side so that this entire structure can move over to the edge to allow it to do edge cutting, to get close to where you don't need to trim in theory. We'll see how that does when we actually get it out in the lawn. So if you imagine this, that blade gets that close to the edge. If this whole assembly is capable of sliding all the way to the side, you're going to be able to cut pretty close to the side without having to have a large blade across the bottom. So to take a look at the menus and kind of see what the control surfaces of this look like, we need to get it charging up, and that means assembling the base. So eventually I'm going to be moving this out to the yard, but just for the moment, we'll actually charge it here inside the house. So I've got the base station, we've got the tower, and that tower is going to push right onto the back. It's all toolless, looks like it just slides straight down and it'll click into place there. Test that here. So again, grab the tower. We're going to get that lined up so I'm doing all this one-handed. And that just seats right down in there. I will need 2 hands for that. That's just going to click right into the groove on the bottom and give us our dock. So I'll put that together, and then our power supply is over there. We'll get it plugged into the wall and get this on the charger so it can start to charge. Okay, our base is connected. It did take a pretty firm push to get the tower connected to the base plate. It makes a very tactile snapping sound, like a pop, when it does click into place. So it'll be pretty obvious when you get it. And then you want it to be nice and flush like that all the way around. After that point, you have a plug on that wire that goes into the plug on the power supply. Then the whole thing can get plugged into the wall, and then we'll pop the robot on it and let it start to charge. Once you are plugged in, you get this blue light on the top of the charging station. Then the robot lines up. There's tracks underneath that help it to align its caster wheels on the front. Then I push it until it connects fully in. The light goes to green. And now we're starting to charge up.
Start charging. Welcome to MOVA Robot. Please select your language and set a 4-digit PIN.
So as it mentions here, and it's in the quick start guide as well, your first step is going to be to pick the language. We'll see how that goes. It's selected on English by default. But you have this jog dial here. So if you want to change that, you can move the dial to select from all your different choices. It looks like it goes, there's a bunch of them. So you get a lot of choices for language. We're going to leave it on English. Click the jog dial to set it for that, and that's going to have you set the PIN. So it's asking you not to use 4 zeros for obvious reasons. I'm going to set a number. You do that by turning this dial, which then adjusts the number, if you can see that there. And then you click the dial like a button to move on to the next one. Now I'm not going to show you, for the purposes of this video, what number I set because I don't want anyone to steal this thing. So I'm going to pause here, I'll set that, and we'll go to the next part. Once you have the initial number set, it's going to ask you to confirm the PIN. So go ahead and do that by typing in the same number again. And then you'll be given the main control panel. So you can see here we've got some mode options that we can go through that allows us to make some choices here. We've got schedule and we have settings. Now for all of these though, it's saying it across the bottom. The first thing we're going to need to do is create the map of the yard, and then everything else will go off of that. But first it needs to understand where it's going to mow. To do that, we need to take it outside. I'm excited. Let's get this thing outside and see what it can do. I mean, we're going to put this out in the yard, and we're going to see... Oh. Yeah. Forgot about that. So, I live in Minnesota. We still have snow on the ground. It's like 25 degrees out here, so obviously we can't program this today. Instead, why don't you like and subscribe to the channel, and in a couple months, when I have green grass growing, we're going to come back and go through all of the process of setting this up. So I'll show you how I configure it for the yard, how we position everything. We're going to go through all the programming, and then through the weeks and months after that, we're going to check in and see how it does in daily life. Like, what is it like to really own and use and live with one of these, which is a question I haven't found answered anywhere. So we're going to answer it. I mean, this being the end of a DIY dad video, I do, of course, still owe you a dad joke. So where's the best place in any room to go if you're feeling cold? The corner. It's almost always 90 degrees there. All right, like and subscribe. We're going to be back with more information about that lawnmower as the season progresses here. Should be fun. Leave me your comments, any questions you have. I'll do my best to answer them, and off we run. Take care. We'll see you soon.